I approached Solent's interior decoration course because I really needed some fresh new ideas for bedrooms and bathrooms in Palace House. I knew I wanted each one to have a distinctly different theme, particularly because the intention always was that they would be normally open to our paying visitors, but usable for guests when necessary. And I thought, well, what better way to get some really new, fresh ideas than to work with some students? And so that's exactly what happened.
They've played a really important role in bespoking spaces. It's been something that has been an ongoing project for nearly 3 years now. It started as an opportunity to design some bedrooms and bathrooms for Lord Montagu, and it has continued to develop into what now has been part of his renovations of Palace House.
So we came here for quite a few visits during the project to take inspiration from the building. So we took lots of pictures and was doing drawings whilst we were here. They had this big scroll with all the coats of arms. We took a lot of inspiration from that. So we spent lots of time studying all the different families and pulling out what shields could be used, which was really interesting.
We actually went round Beaulieu Gardens and we were just so inspired by all the nature, all the animals, the plants, and that really was the start of why we did a garden room for Lord Montagu.
I collaborated with the students really I started by writing a brief. I set out some broad themes that I thought they might like to follow, such as the gardens, the history of the house, the history of the family. I also particularly like heraldry, so that was on the list. And really from that, each student did their own response, their own set of solutions. And then we narrowed it down to the bits that I liked best, and then they worked collaboratively to arrive at a final design for each room.
Lots of feedback from lecturers, lots of feedback from Lord Montagu himself. He was so involved with the project, which was absolutely incredible to have that kind of real life, industry experience and actually speak to the client. So we'd kind of create a design and then show it to him, and then he'd say what he'd like, what he didn't like, and then so forth.
So we'd have our first presentations of Lord Montagu, and he kind of like selected which theme he wanted us to go with. We then went away with his comments on the pieces he liked from both of our designs.
I think to see this through from the initial drawings right through to the final, realisation of spaces has just been incredible opportunities for them. It's really given the students an understanding of what it's like to work in the interior design industry, and to some degree the textile design industry, because obviously part of the uniqueness of this project was designing the wallpapers to bespoke these spaces. So that again has added an extra layer, should I say, to their understanding.
It benefited me massively. It refined lots of my skills, especially just, being a university student, actually speaking to a live client. That was the biggest part of it, and getting the feedback from the live client, because, a lot of projects at university are quite hypothetical, and you decide whether you like it or not. So having someone say, oh, actually, maybe change that, it brings a whole new challenge, which I think was, great experience, especially as a student.
I really love the course that we did. It just really prepared me for going into my job that I do currently, because of the amount of things that we cover. So we did like styling projects, interior design, and then our surface design, and I guess across all three of those things I use them all in my job as a textile designer, so always planning photography shoots. I go on set to style shoots, which is really exciting.
Well, it's been a great pleasure working with the students. It's been actually 3 years since we started this project, and I'm delighted now that they're able to see the final result. Well, now the rooms are open. I'm speaking to you only 2 days after we open to the public, and I am personally delighted, but I am told that we're getting very good feedback from our visitors, and in fact visitors to the house are spending a lot longer in the house, which shows that they're taking time to stop and look. So that was great to hear that sort of feedback.